Aloha mai kākou. Today we are in ANAHOLA on the beautiful garden island of Kaua'I. We are currently at a beach known as ALIUMANU, and I have a little tale to tell you about this wahipana, special place. Kaua'I, and I'm walking on the beach, so if I'm staggering, the sand is deep. So we are in an wahipana, which in Hawaiian means an area that has some significance to it. We are down here at beautiful ALIUMANU, and I'm going to tell you what that really means and the significance that the place name has, as most of them do, with something important that either took place at the area, a cultural site perhaps for religious or political activities. This one is a little bit of a fun tale, so to speak. It's a shark tale. The word ALIUMANU means for a bird to dig as into food, perhaps a carcass, and that's what it is going to relate to here in this story. It is a story about the shark kings and the sharks that live in ANAHOLA Bay, and this is a rough bay. This is not a bay that you come to if you do not know how to swim. This is an east side beach, and what I'm realizing is you can get pretty beat up out there even when it looks calm. But there's nothing between us and the coast of the Americas. All right. So the Shark King down here, well, he used to observe the people in ANAHOLA playing a game in which they would throw a rock into the ocean and they would dive down for it. The first one that came back up with it would win. So he was always bothering the players while they were swimming around. And so one day, the players decided, well, let's see if we can't take care of pesky shark on our own. So they decided to make a basket, and they baited the basket so that the shark would come in, and as soon as he did, they shut the lid and they caught the shark and they dragged him out here to ALIUMANU, where the birds ate at his carcass until it was gone. So that's the real name of the place, but it's traditional pronunciation and or spelling, and again, Hawaiian is a spoken language traditionally, not a written language, so pronunciation makes a difference in meaning. So today it's known as ALIUMANU as opposed to ALIUMANU. So you can hear the slight difference in pronunciation. But this is what we are trying to promote now by using proper spelling on street names. There's a lot of promotion going on for the perpetuation and the promotion of Hawaiian language. And Na'uki KULEANA, that's my responsibility as well as my privilege. It literally said that on my degree from UH because I had it written in Hawaiian. And Kuleana is a big word here in Hawaii. It has multiple meanings. It means privilege, honor, responsibility, and a whole lot more. And so I know in some of my videos where I'm rambling, I have used the word Kuleana. It's our responsibility to Ma'alama, Mother Earth, and Father Sky. And so this is a lovely beach that has naupaka, the naupaka bush over there, in which you will see at most beaches. It has a little white berry that has a saline solution that drips out of it when you squeeze it. I can show you some other things that are here on the beach. These are the types of classes or courses that I took while attending UH Hilo in the Hawaiian Studies program. And it sounds funny and fun, and don't get me wrong, it certainly was. Our final exams were throwing luau, and I mean hardcore luau. We did not use paper plates. You used 2 fingers, 1 finger for the poi. You made sure you had plenty of all of your natural resources that you needed. So I'm going to point out a few things that are here on the beach because some are native and some are introduced. So what we have here is the iron pines. They're an introduced plant, but if logs could float, as some of them did, such as cedar and other types of wood, if they could float long distances, they made their way to Hawaii shores. And there are canoes that are actually carved out of some of those woods, old canoes, not just modern day ones that the people of Alaska donated to trees for Hawaii Loa, the second canoe after Hokulea that was made in a traditional Polynesian design. And that one might have even had some of its materials made out of traditional Polynesian resources, woods. Rope is hard to find these days, the traditional kind. They used a plant called olona. So iron pines are introduced, and then we also have, this is a haole kamani tree. Now the word haole is a word that means a Caucasian person of the general American culture. That's its true meaning. If you put an adjective or an adverb describing somebody that is a haole, that could be used in a derogative way. So when I use the word to describe plants or other things, it's because it usually means it was introduced or brought here by somebody from America that came from that area. So there is a native Hawaiian, obviously, a native kamani tree, a Hawaiian kamani. And you can tell the difference by the leaf, number one, that this is a introduced kamani, but its nut is different as well. The Hawaiian kamani nut is round, and a foreign or introduced one is almond shaped. They come bigger than this, but this is just a small example of what I could find. 3rd grade, we make turtles out of those. That's what we teach the kids to do. We teach them all about the HONU. And you guys have been to HONU on my other videos. We have seen the turtle. This is the shell of the KUKUI. And because we're near a river mouth, you'll find a lot of them. And traditionally, the KUKUI nut lei was used to symbolize the ili or the small round pebbles that we have at some beaches in Hawaii. Not all beaches, because of their age and or the side of the island that you're on. But today they are made not so much in the style of a traditional small pebble. Oh, what do we got? A couple of seals out there? Oh, could it be? Is it? Could it be? Ah, buzzkill. They're just snorkelers.